video on earthing or grounding with a focus on grounding indoors. There are a million videos out there on grounding or earthing in general, but I'm going to focus on grounding indoors as well as touch on the general topic. So this is an awesome book, Earthing. It was, we'll say, rediscovered by Clint Ober. He was an electrician living in Southern California. What is earthing? Earthing is basically connecting to the body electrically. Our bodies are electric, the earth is electric. This is basically how it works. So here's the earth, and there's different weather. You know, in some parts of the world it's raining, some parts it's really hot, so it's different weather everywhere. But at any one time on the earth, there will always be lightning striking. And what that lightning does is it charges up the earth, it feeds the earth negatively charged electrons, the surface of the earth. The atmosphere is positively charged. So we have negatively charged on the surface, positively charged as we go above the earth, and that difference, just like a battery, is what creates current. So this actually relates with high-rise buildings. Someone that works in an office building in a skyscraper, say right there, the further you go up, the more positively charged you will be. When we're actually barefoot on the earth, say at the beach or the park, or I go rock climbing, so I'm touching the rocks, anything conductive, dirt, sand, stone, grass, we actually receive these negatively charged electrons, and they go up through the body and charge us up, and actually discharge positively charged free radicals and static discharge, anything that's positively charged. Positively charged electrons are released from electronics, and negatively charged electrons are released from rivers, streams, waterfalls. So negative ion generators are very smart for this reason. Our body thrives on negatively charged electrons from direct current, so coming up through the earth into our body. So what does earthing do? I'll just read this list real quick from Earthing, the book. Diffuses the cause of inflammation and improves or eliminates the symptoms of many inflammation-related disorders. Reduces or eliminates chronic pain. Improves sleep in most cases, increases energy, lowers stress, and promotes calmness in the body by cooling down the nervous system and the stress hormones. Normalizes the body's biological rhythms, thins the blood, and improves blood pressure and flow. Relieves muscle tension and headaches. Lessens hormonal and menstrual symptoms. Dramatically speeds healing and helps prevent bed sores. Reduces or eliminates jet lag. Protects the body against man-made electromagnetic fields. Accelerates recovery from intense athletic activity. So this is a good just summary of earthing, what it does. It has to do with electrons, and Dr. Jack Kruse said something that I resonated with a lot once. He said it's called the electron chain transport system. It's not called the protein chain transport system or the carbohydrate chain transport system. It's called the electron chain transport system. And that system, fed by electrons, is what powers all of our mitochondria, the powerhouses of every cell in our body. Everything runs on electricity. This body is electric. And dense foods, processed foods, body fat, those all insulate the body and prevent the free flow of electricity throughout the body. So this is why having less body fat is actually beneficial, because you will have more free flow of electrons. Electrons can't move through fat, so that's important to understand. Another great book is The Body Electric by Robert Becker. Electromagnetism and the Foundation of Life. So this book is it's a hard read, but if you're really into big words and stuff, it's good. My favorite chapter is Breathing with the Earth. He mentions Nikola Tesla and goes into some really interesting things, talks about the pineal gland. My experience with earthing is that it just balances my nervous system. It speeds up regeneration of the body. And if I'm kind of off with my sleep schedule, I'm blasting my eyes with blue light at night, just for whatever reason. Let's just say my cycles are off, my circadian rhythm. If I ground, just one night of being grounded, I feel pretty reset. It still takes a few nights to get back, but grounding is a way to snap your system into balance very quick. Now onto the practical applications. I use this earthing sheet. So basically what this is silver threads, and this is just a throw blanket. And I have this on my bed so that it goes about halfway. So my thighs and legs are touching this. This would be the bottom layer of the bed. This was about, I believe, $150, and it lasts for a long time. It's washable. And what it is, it has this conductive rubber and this little clip on there, and this is connected to this. So I have a splitter. So this is one, and this actually goes out my window all the way here to a rod in the earth. And that's the best way to ground, because you'll be getting the direct current from the earth. You can just put it in the third prong in a wall outlet, because that grounds our electronics. It also works the same on our body. So swimming in a field of Wi-Fi, radio waves, all sorts of weird man-made energies, whenever we're barefoot on the earth or electrically connected, we're grounded, and all those things drop off of us. This is the benefit of grounding indoors, because we want to ground as much as possible. We're going to be indoors, so why not be grounded? I also recommend this universal mat, it's called. And it comes with a cover. Mine's a little dirty, but it's basically the same idea. And I use this at my standing desk. I highly recommend a standing desk. I just propped it up with random stuff. However you can do it. You can see it's pretty improvised. But this is mainly for protection. So it's good to be grounded whenever you're on the computer, so that all the stuff coming off of the computer and the Wi-Fi and all sorts of stuff gets dropped off of you. This blanket is more for regeneration and protection, but I found that I sleep deeper with it. I drop into a deeper level of sleep. So that, and remember that sleep is everything. People that work out, sleep is the recovery. Sleep is where the growth happens. It's not during the exercise, that's the breakdown. But the build up is just as important, if not more so, than the breakdown. And we get built up and regenerated primarily when we sleep. One of the best ways to enhance your sleep is to be grounded while you sleep. So with this, you can put that into the wall socket, the third prong, where I recommend just using the stake that I showed you outside. It's going to be a direct connection, versus if you go in a wall socket, there could be what's called dirty electricity. I've just found personally that being grounded directly with a rod in the earth is way more powerful than going through the wall socket. But if you're just going to go any way at all, definitely at least do the wall socket. But if you can, put it out your window and hammer that thing into the ground. And you can get that at grounded.com. So I use the throw blanket. The half sheet is what I started with, that lasts for years, and the universal mat. So the throw blanket or the half sheet, they both are the same. I mean, it all does the same thing. They're all basically extension cords to the earth. so that while you're indoors, your body feels as if it's barefoot outside. You get all the same benefits. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast last year with Amber Lyon, and Amber Lyon brought up the earthing products to Joe, and she was saying how sad it is that people are so disconnected that they need to use products to connect to the earth. There's a lot of ignorance there in that statement, because there are benefits to grounding, and grounding indoors is one of the best things that you can do. Of course, ground outdoors, go to the beach, go to the rivers and be barefoot, but ground indoors as well, and you'll notice it right away.